Hello everyone, welcome back my dear students of class 5th in your St. Mary's YouTube video channel in your computer class. So as you know that we have already completed our syllabus and we are on the revision. So in this continuity we will take our lesson number 2 for the revision. So you can open your book on lesson number 2, that is on page number 12, and software and its types. Okay, so we are very aware with the software as well as its types. In this chapter we will go through the same. So mainly in this chapter two topics are there. First of all, types of software as well as relation between hardware and software, or how hardware and software dependent on each other to process out. Okay, so first of all, what is software? We know very well it is a set of programs related data that are used to give instructions to the hardware. Okay, so that is the software. We know very well. Or we can say that software directs and guides the operation of a computer system. Without software, hardware is of no use, or vice versa. Okay, so we cannot touch the software as we know very well. Now come on to the chapter that we cannot touch the hardware software as we can do with the hardwares. Okay, so the games you play on the computer, its music and video files that we listen to and see on the computer, as well as the documents, the photos and the pictures. Okay, then we can't touch all these things. Okay, so these are the software of the computer. Okay, so the term software was first used by John W. Tukey in 1957. Okay, so now the important thing is types of software. Here it is given. You can see in the tabular representation in the chart. This is very important one. So here this is the software and it is divided into the two parts, main parts, that is first of all system software and secondly that is application software. Okay, so first of all let me tell you here in the short what is system software. It is required to control the overall operations of a computer. So now here we can see that again the system software is divided into the three categories, that is operating system, language processor, utility software. One by one we will see. An operating system, in short we say OS. If in your exam it is asked that what is the full form of OS, then you will write operating system. Okay, so it is the most important software without which we cannot work on a computer system. It is a basic software that is present in the computer. Okay, that it serves as an interface also, interface between the user and the hardware. And some example we will see of this. So we can take the MS Windows, Unix, etc. Okay, so these are the examples of operating system or OS. Then the second one is language processor. Then software created by writing programs in computer language. This you know very well. So there are many computer languages such as C, C++ and Java. Why these languages are used? To make the programs in the computer. And why we make the program in the computer? To make the software. Okay, so the programs written in these languages cannot be understood by a computer. Okay, so to overcome this situation or this problem, a language processor is a very important software as it translates or converts a program written in a computer language into the machine language. Okay, from form, so that it can be understood by a computer, so that we can easily understand the language. Okay, so these language processors are used. So, and the third one is utility software. What is utility software? As I told you earlier also, maintenance is required for our home, okay, for our vehicles, cars, even the bicycle also. Okay, so in the same way our computer system also needs the maintenance. So utility software is a program designed to perform maintenance or housekeeping on a computer system in order to ensure its smooth functioning. Okay, so these are the classifications of the system software. First one. Okay, so let's see what is there in our book. So same thing we can see here. First of all, the system software, then it is divided into the three: first, second and third, and here the examples of the utility software are given. Okay, then antivirus software, very important topic it is. Questions also there in the exercise. Then backup utility. Okay, now the next one, if you will see, application software. So what is application software? It is designed to help users performing specific task only. Okay, and what we have studied here, system software, it is certain, but application software is used for specific task only. They may be installed in a computer depending upon the user's requirement. If it is required, then only installed, otherwise no need. So application software can further be divided into two parts, as we can see in the chart also. Okay, graphical representation, general purpose application software, and secondly specific application software. So general purpose application software, these are developed keeping in mind the general needs and requirements of a large number of people. Okay, and here for example, word processing software, MS Word and MS WordPad, spreadsheet softwares, as you can see in the picture also, this is the MS Excel. Okay, and actually it is Lotus 123, all these are the spreadsheet software. Then DBMS, what is the full form of DBMS? Database Management System. Why it is used? It is a software program that lets us to store large amount of data in an organized manner. Okay, so one thing, we have collected data, and the another thing is to keep that data in a proper form to make it more understandable and easy to understand. Okay, so these DBMS are used. Then next one is DPS, desktop publishing software, used for creating designs and layouts of books, journals, okay, brochures, newspapers, etc. And here examples are also given in our book: Quack Express, Adobe Photoshop, PageMaker, Corel Draw, etc. Okay, you can see the pictures here also, it is given. Then the next one is graphic software. This software is used to work with images. Then multimedia software, this software lets you work with images, text, sound, etc. Now what is the difference between the graphic software and the multimedia software? See, in graphic software we can do the work with the help of images only with the images. Okay, then whereas in multimedia software we can do the work with the help of images, including the text, sounds, effects. Okay, so this is the difference between the graphic and the multimedia software. Then presentation software, actually this software is used to create and design slideshows and multimedia presentations. An example is MS PowerPoint. Many times I have given you the practical also on the online videos, online classes also. Okay, so you know very well how we make the presentation in the MS PowerPoint. Okay, so this is the presentation software. Then specific application software, it is developed keeping in mind the requirements of an organization or an individual. Just now I told you that these softwares are installed if it is necessary only. Okay, so such software are also known as the customized software, and examples are reservation system. Okay, where we need to do the reservation. Is there any need to reservation in the schools? No. For example, at the airports, railway stations. Okay, now the relationship between the hardware and software is given to us. We are very much aware with this. So this is the display as a structure which establishes the relationship between various components of a computer system, hardware and the software. First of all, user means we are using. Then application, what is applied. Then Operating will be done in the computer within itself. Who will do? Software. Okay. Then it will give to the hardware. Then hardware again to the operating. Then application, and then it will come to us, user. Okay. Means in the form of output or the result. Okay. Now the backup of files. What is the meaning of backup? It is the copying or archiving files or the folders for the purpose of being able to restore them in case of data loss. Whenever sometimes we lost our data, okay, due to some reasons may be sometimes what happened, our system, computer system or mobile phones get hangs, okay, then viruses also attack in our system, then some correction to the fire, flood or theft, okay. So these are the reasons, some of the reasons, and many times we ourselves by mistake delete all those things. So we can regain or archive those files or folders, that is known as the data backup. So the importance of backing up of files, it is very important to do regular backups to prevent the loss of data. Software can be reinstalled, but your data cannot be reinstalled, okay. This is quite impossible. So there are various causes for data loss: machine breakdown, virus, power outage, software upgrading, fire, flood and human errors, okay. These all things we have discussed just now. So here are the items used while backing up. So first of all, backup: a duplicate copy of a file, program, folder or disk, used if the original is damaged, corrupted or lost. Then restore: to copy the backed up version of the information back to its original location. Backup media can be another computer like floppy disk, CDs, DVDs or any other recordable media for the computers. Then full backup means backing up everything on your computer, which includes data, software and operating system. Then incremental backup: a backup of only what has changed since the last backup, okay. Means full backup, as the name also indicate, fully we are changing, fully backup, okay. And the incremental, whatever changes are there only, that one, okay. Now here scheduling backups, full backup and incremental backup, just now I told you. Then utility programs and scanning and defragmentation, you are very aware with this. Here scanning: the process of translating photographs into a digital form that can be recognized by a computer. Nowadays scanning is very popular. In each and everything we are scanning our photos or our documents. So the scanning process is very important. Then defragmentation: the process of locating the non-congruous fragments of data into which a computer file may be divided as it is stored on a hard disk, and rearranging the fragments and restoring them into fewer fragments or into the whole file. So why it is used? It reduces data access time, okay, and allows storage to be used more effectively. It is advantageous and relevant to file systems or electromagnetical disk drives, okay. And here it is words to remember: what is software, system software and application software. This you have to learn. And the question answers you can see if you want, and I hope that it is completed, but still if there is any student who haven't completed the work till now, you can see the previous videos, you can go through those, okay. Each and every video is there in the YouTube, okay. So what is your homework? Your homework is revise the lesson and learn it, okay.